Here is what Novak Djokovic had to say to his brother. He sent him this text: God sees everything. My grace is spiritual and theirs is material. Here is a song that could be heard on the streets. Don't give up, Nole, don't give up, brother. Who can tie you with a chain? You carry the flag of golden freedom, your name spreads to the world. Don't be mean, Nole, you scoundrels, but look proudly like a king from the throne, because you are a Serb and an Orthodox and another name for a champion. Don't give up, Nole, don't give up on the king, you have a soul, fierce strength. You hurt them, brother, for years, you are a wound and a thorn in their side. Don't give up, Nole, don't give up on them. Proudly, boldly, it offends them. They can be honorable like people, but cowardly with a knife in the back. Don't give up, Nole, don't give up, brother. The crown is waiting for you. Hold on, Stork, because you are a knight of truth, justice. You carry the banner of golden freedom. Here is what Novak's youngest brother had to say. Novak did not violate any protocol. He had documentation as well as tennis players who entered the country. When he arrived in Australia, the biggest diplomatic offense followed. He was then taken away and interrogated by border customs officers. During the first 45 minutes, he was able to communicate with his family and Tom, and then his phone was taken away and we could not hear him for 3.5 hours. After that, his phone was returned to him and then he was taken to another isolation room, which is detention. After the decision was made that he would not be granted a visa to stay in Australia and that he would not be able to defend his title and set a record, after leaving the airport, she asked for a metal detector, where all his property was confiscated along with his suitcase. He went to a migrant hotel in a dirty room without property and was told he would get it back to Europe. The latest news is that the court ordered the authorities not to deport him until Monday morning. He would have the opportunity to return to his decision on his own, but that means that the 3-year ban on entering Australia comes in the same seconds. We don't think he wants to do that because he is not a criminal but an athlete. Lawyers are working on everything, we are waiting for information. We thank the President and the Prime Minister and everyone who helps. He fights for everyone in the world who has an ethical and moral attitude. Thank you, Novak, for the fight, and we hope that all of us, together with lawyers around the world and the authorities in Serbia, will bring victory to Novak and the whole world. Then he continued. As for the final outcome, there are 3 exits. One is to let Novak go and admit his mistake and to humiliate himself in front of the whole world because of a great omission. The second is to deport him back, but then the question arises whether they will return the tennis players with the same documents to their countries. And the third is that Australia says that it is bigger than God and that they really care how Novak will return. They talk about the hygiene, one of the healthiest and cleanest people in the world, and treat him completely the opposite. We believe that it is, and we hope that the court is independent and it will make a fair decision. Here is what father of Djokovic had to say. Novak is Serbia, and Serbia is Novak. They are trampling Novak and thus the Serbian people. That the first man of the distant country, Scott Morrison, whose name is spoken in Serbian, dared to attack Novak and expel him, but he did not even enter their country. We are a proud European civilized nation. We never attacked anyone, we just defended ourselves. We are Serbs, we are proud of our Novak, our light at the end of the tunnel. This is a political struggle and has nothing to do with sports. Novak fulfilled all the conditions needed to enter and win another one, their famous Australian Open. Like Jesus, they tried to crucify him, to underestimate him, to bring him to his knees and to do everything to him. My late grandmother Sarah used to say, "Shame on you when you don't have a cheek." Well, I'm telling them now, shame on them and shame. But he will endure as we endured. There were hundreds of us a few years ago. They bombed us, oppressed us, and destroyed us, but we did not give in, nor we will ever give. We are a proud Serbian people whose representative and idol is our Novak. He will not give up. The same document was submitted by Novak and his team like the others, but only Novak had a problem. They could say, "Don't come, Novak," and that would be okay. They took all his things and his wallet. He is in a prison, our Novak is a prisoner of those bastards. Shame on them, the whole libertarian world together with Serbia, because this is a struggle of 7 and a few billion people in the world for freedom of thoughts, speech, and behavior. Freedom, Novak, we are all with you, the whole libertarian world and your mother Serbia. Dijana Djokovic, Novak Djokovic's mother, held back tears. Nobody deserved this kind of treatment, not the one who won their tournament 9 times. This is scandalous. It is now obvious that he is not allowed to play. They put him in a dirty hotels and keep him for hours in desperate conditions. He has no contact with us, said Diana and added, "In my opinion, he is a great winner. He is someone who is a revolutionary, who is changing the world, and I think it has already begun. He will have our greatest possible support."